Uta im Sommerkleid. Und ich hier mit Wollweste. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Now I should hear you.
Now?
Yes.
Hallo Annette, hallo Alexander.
Hello, Annette.
Hi, alle.
So, high pressure finished.
Almost.
Pressure never finishes.
Never. Why finish?
Uta, quick question. The slide is
It's in the it's in the text in the I wrote to you.
Is this the one possible elements for synthetic snapshot?
Yeah. Yes.
So it's just this, correct?
I don't see now. Let's see. Oh, big. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so this is the slide. Okay.
The construction is going on. We can hear it.
Ah, yeah, I was asking myself, what is the poof, poof, poof?
It's actually our roof is leaking. We have rain and the roof is leaking.
Ui.
So it's not a good sound. Sorry.
Oi.
Exactly.
Are you living under this roof, or do you have people who rented under this roof?
No, we live under this roof, yeah.
Man, it shouldn't leak. Fingers crossed.
I'm surprised that you can hear the sound. Because my musician sound is on. Okay, so original sound, I have to turn it off. Probably. And it's already recording, so we'll need to let Daniela know that she would have to.
Also my original, perhaps it's the...
It's like the heartbeat of these many hard things we are talking about.
I cannot turn it off.
So can I not?
Okay, I will focus on.
What, Annette?
I think I also have these original sound for music on, and I think it's general. So I also looked if I can stop it, but I also can't do it.
When you click noise removal?
Well, normally you click directly to the original sound for musician, but it's not working, neither for me here.
Yeah. I don't have this button anymore on top. I need to go into this audio microphone and find it there. Changes.
Annette, I said I like Uta in her summer dress.
Beautiful.
Just come back from a big river.
Well, we are just...
Amazing. Huh? Wow.
Strange world, yeah. Big world.
would be good if he can stop it, the original sound, because the meditation, he's leading the meditation, isn't Sasha leading? So it would be good if it is silent in the back, huh?
Yeah, I
Background.
will fix it. Or rather, should I say, I try to fix it.
Headphones do not work, huh?
Okay.
No.
And now it should be, the sound should be removed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay, so I will start, huh? Shall I count to 10 or something?
It's still 2 minutes.
Yeah, we still have.
Oh yeah, my computer is 2 minutes early. Can you believe it?
Yeah, when you did the vigil, the bell was 1 minute off.
Okay, yeah. I see that this is 58 and here it's already 1 o'clock.
This is obviously your computer. It would never happen to mine.
How can I fix that? Anyway, let's see.
Heart to heart.
Back to heart.
Good work.
Thank you. Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now we can turn off our videos.
Now
Okay.
your sound is very low, Sasha.
Check, check, check. How's it?
Okay, good, good.
Okay. Mhm. Just a second. I will show the slides. Almost forgot about the slides. Okay, so I'm muting myself and admitting everyone.
Mm-hmm. Hello, dear friends and co-workers. We welcome you on behalf of the Hechal Group, the Klangschale Group, and the 2025 initiative to the Creative Lab for Awakening to the Souls of Our Nations. The Nations Lab serves as a collaborative hub for groups dedicated to the work with collectives. It is rooted in the principles of the psychosynthesis of nations. Here in the lab, we develop together methods and skills for this pioneering work with collectives. And we now also have started a rhythmic meditative action, which we call Holding a Christ Avenue, a working channel for awakening to the souls of our nations and for assisting the vision and process of uniting nations. A few months ago, we opened our council chamber of elders in training, to the energy of synthesis, to the avatar of synthesis. Our focus now is on stabilizing this alignment. So we will be able to be receptive to it and also to act as a transmitter of it into the nations. So we actually learn to become part of the channel for synthesis energy. This channel which flows through the Christ, from the avatar of synthesis through the Christ towards humanity. And we add our segment into this channel, and it is needed. We add it by employing our soul light. It's the will of Shambhala, the love of hierarchy, and the soul light of humanity which make up this channel, this planetary alignment. So learning for humanity to learn to play our part completes the planetary channel so that the saving force can flow through all the way into humanity. So it's about learning to sustain a working channel, a Christ avenue. We are told that working with synthesis energy requires us to direct energy towards a specific aim. So our specific aim here is the work with nations. So how do we direct synthesis energy into the national and international life? Once it is received into the council chamber, it flows through each of us, as we are elders in training in the council chamber, flows through us to our respective co-workers and in general the best citizens in our nations. So this segment of the Christ Avenue we have practiced last month, the receiving of the synthesis energy into the council chamber and then channeling it to our respective group of best citizens in our nation, our own nation. Now, to trace it one step further down towards its goal, into precipitation, seeing how it enters actually the national consciousness, this requires already that we need to look more specifically. We need to become nation specific. Because each nation is different and requires different measures, and each working group develops its own way of working. So here we can learn from each other and we can support each other and thereby strengthen our joint meditative action. How to do this is what we want to explore today. So our idea is to bring back our snapshot work from years ago. For those who remember, back in that previous round, the working groups presented to the council chamber an analysis of their nation along the lines of psychosynthesis and any information that DK may have given about our nation. And this very much enriched the council chamber, and it also strengthened very much the working groups themselves. And it gave us a little taste of how a soul-guided United Nations could function. For our present purpose of learning from each other and supporting each other in this pioneering work on this lower part of the Christ Avenue, so to speak, we could adopt perhaps a synthetic format of the snapshot, not a full analysis, but a brief update on our various respective national work. And we have been thinking about a few elements that may be part of such a synthetic snapshot, and put it here on the screen. And it's just our ideas at the moment for you to add to them. So we could give a brief overview of the current challenge and opportunity of our nation and how we work with it. Specifically, we could also invite feedback from the others in the council chamber, and we could share elements of our work, our method, which may be helpful for the other groups. And perhaps we could look at the format for leading a meditative action on behalf of the respective nation as an elder in training in the council chamber. So these are just a few ideas, and maybe let's take a moment to reflect on them while they are on the screen, and on how to make the best possible use of our shared time, enabling closer cooperation and mutual support, and sharing our gained experience. Let's take a minute or two to just reflect and perhaps note down any ideas that we may share after the meditation. Yeah. Okay. We also intended to continue our reflection from last time about the peace poles. We have decided to postpone this to the next session, but we will definitely come back to them. So let us work our Christ Avenue now together. And I give over to Alexander.
Greetings, friends. So let us start our meditative work. We stand in the soul presence. Letting ourselves now be drawn into the quiet, clear, and spacious council chamber. Council chamber that we've been building together. Taking our place in geometrical order, sense the atmosphere in the chamber. Recognize and visualize geometrical harmony. Visualize in the center of the council chamber the flame of our combined, sustained will to love. We tune our individual hearts to the frequency of the group heart, the flame of the will to love. We're tuning in now our minds in the calm, clear, lighted space of the council chamber. We come together as one group mind. Recognize how it vibrates to the rate of the Ajna center of the planet. The one planetary server, connecting us with all our fellow world servers in all the nations. As souls, as delegates of our nations, and as elders in training, we stand in shared group intent, awakening to the souls of our nations and assisting in the vision and process of uniting all nations. As part of the Ajna center of the planet, grounded in soul light, we enter into vibrational resonance with the heart center of the planet, hierarchy. Standing together within the council chamber, we act now as part of the heart of humanity. We establish resonance with the heart of the spiritual hierarchy, the Christ. Together with the elders in the ashram, we listen to the sound of the Christ. Stand in vibrational resonance with the elders and with the Christ. We orient ourselves towards Shambhala, the silent place where the will of God is known. holding our focus in the heart of humanity and the heart of the Christ, we open our reception to the note of the avatar of synthesis. Let the note of synthesis be conceived in the central heart of the council chamber. Feel the synthesis vibration reverberates in our own heart and being. Standing as delegates of our own nations, let us visualize the energy of synthesis flowing through us to our national colleagues, known and unknown, to the groups of soul-guided citizens in our nations. We sound the mantra of the channel for light. We are a channel for the will of God. We are a channel for the peace of God. We are a channel for the love of God to all mankind. With pure intent, we serve the whole. O thou river of miracles within us, pour thy waters of compassion upon the dead body of humanity. Bring forth thy resurrection and thy life to all mankind. Flow forth thy healing power and make men whole. Hold this visualization stable, recognizing it as our meditative action. The energy of synthesis is flowing through us from within the council chamber to the soul service in our own nation. Recognize that this directed stream strengthens and nurtures the national group. Recognize that the soul workers in our nation form a magnetic web strengthened by the energy of synthesis. See the soul workers invoke, focus, and direct the energy of the nation's soul into the nation's mental, emotional, and physical fields. Strengthening and stimulated centers of distribution of the energy on the physical plane. As the flow of the distribution continues, let us refocus our consciousness back in the council chamber. As elders in training, we take a moment to witness citizens everywhere awakening to the souls of their nations. Visualize soul light streaming through each nation, washing away all obstacles in the process of uniting all the nations. Visualize the saving force flowing freely between the three planetary centers, Shambhala, hierarchy, and humanity, in continual circulatory flow. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the human minds. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into human hearts. May the coming one return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide all little human wills, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the human race, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth.
Thank you, Alexander, and everyone. Let us open the floor now for meditation impressions and also for any ideas you may have regarding a synthetic snapshot.
Hello, friends. This is Deborah from the United States. Thank you for this sacred council, the unity and dedication of everyone present representing so many places in the world. I would like to share some approaches that have been of great benefit to us in the work of the American meditation, which some of you participate in. And we began this work 5 years ago when we could see a big crisis on the horizon, and we are in the midst.
Deborah,
Yes.
sorry, Deborah, maybe you can share it a bit later so we can have space now for sharing the impressions of this meditation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay. But please share your own impressions.
Hello, this is Daisha from Canada. Such a strong visual sense of the avatar of synthesis as a sparkling orb entering the chamber council and becoming brighter as each soul energy within our council responded. It felt like there was a communication, a reciprocal call and response from the sparkly orb to each of us. And as we responded, each of the beings in the council chamber became equally or reflectively sparkly. So there was a real sense of a presence for me that I wanted to articulate for the group. On a practical matter, for the synthesis snapshot, in addition to everything that has been noted in that notes, if your nation works in a triangle relationship with the nations of others, so for the Soul of Canada, for example, we have worked in triangular formation with the Soul of Denmark and the Soul of Australia for over 4 years now. So I think it's a dimension to the work. What is the stated purpose of that triangle of souls, and how do they work together? And I guess, how is it going? Thank you for a beautiful, deep meditation, Alexander. And thank you to the group.
Thank you, Daisha.
Just wanted to follow Daisha's image because I had that same sense that there was suddenly a very bright shape in the middle of what I imagine us being in a space. But it was a Merkaba, and it was spinning. And it was, like Daisha was saying, it was radiating rays of light throughout that room. But it was interesting that it was the shape of the Merkaba, which I don't know a lot about, but I just saw it as that. And the only other thing I'll say is that there was such a profound silence between Alexander's words and when he invoked us to imagine the sound of the Christ, that there was no sound. It was this deep, hollow silence. So thank you. In terms of the next steps forward, I do like the idea of doing some sort of group meditations that is nation specific. When we did those snapshots of nations, which seems like yesterday, but was so long ago, it really created a tapestry within this one serving group. It opened our hearts to the depth of the nations. And it wouldn't be so bad to bring that back in, particularly as there's, I think, even more turmoil between these nations in many ways, but to sort of bring that back into words and conscious awareness. Yeah. Thank you for all of this. It's so beautiful.
Andrea, thank you.
This is Jonathan in Portugal. I'd like to absolutely affirm, along with Andrea and Dacia, really this is a diamond-like meditation. It is a vessel through which a hierarchy can work and by which we can fulfill our part. Beautifully rendered. Thank you. A thought or two about the snapshots. When I participate in the meditation for the USA most weeks, most every week, and when I am observing, let's say, looking out upon that nation or in any nation, as I say, I'm in Portugal, Europe now. What can I truly say about it? What comes into view? We can be analytical, but also as we, the people, what are we experiencing? What are the forces, both light and dark? Can we identify those forces? And ultimately, we know it is the angel and the dweller. And if we can identify the polarization horizontally and give it some words by observation together, that can be brought into synthesis. When we give a snapshot, I'm simply encouraging the idea that is a preliminary step, a preparation for the synthesizing of those polar forces by the avatar, which brings about a new resolution of those apparent opposing forces into a new state of consciousness and being. Thinking along the lines of a practical linking between these aspects of the meditation. And one other brief thought is that, again, the snapshots were so valuable, and the challenge in the last, when I participated with Deborah Andrea Lirita in the American snapshot, was our attempt to give a voice to the spirit of the nation. That entity, that being, that great Davic life, who sees all and embraces all in the one heart. And that is, if you wish, a potential linking towards how we may choose together to anchor these energies in our nations. But today was so beautiful because we're linking in with our co-workers and best citizens. But there's another step, if you wish to put it like this, to reinstate our recognition of the divine feminine in our nations, who is the chalice and the receptor for such incoming energies. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan, for this rich sharing. Yes, the Davic aspect, I think we are all yearning for to bring it in already. Yeah, and in time we will when we are a little bit more stable. Thanks.
If I could share, linked to what was just shared, I think as an evolving group council in training, we really have come a long way to creating a group heart that exists continuously and radiates and grows continuously. One factor that we can share is the recognition that in the formation of the ashram of synthesis, the three masters, in concert with the avatar, created a master deva of synthesis. And one of the things we've worked with is to reach out to and call forward the attention of the deva of the United States and to, as it were, introduce that deva of our nation to the deva of synthesis. And that's a very dynamic, creative relationship when that mutual recognition occurs. And at that point, deep magic of synthesis can be performed.
Thank you, Deborah. Intriguing thought.
We would be willing to share, not today, but to send around to this group for its internal use only, the recording, which is about 25 minutes of the meditation we do where this is done, to give someone a feeling, a sense, an experience, if that would be useful.
Could you share this file in the chat? Maybe it's too big.
It's too big to put in the chat, but we have a recording that we can share within the group.
Probably link to the recording would work.
Yeah, we could send the file. Jonathan, do you have a link that can be in the chat for that?
I can copy the text of the meditation as a file. Yeah, I can try and do that. It's a good idea.
I think the spoken is more powerful.
I'll put something in the chat. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Sabina speaking. I also want to thank very much for this, like Jonathan said, diamond-like meditation, Alexander. It brought a deep clarity to me, and it somehow unveiled a much larger dimension. It is already large, but it was in this moment so clear that this quietness, deep quietness, which was also mentioned by someone before here, and on the other side, this already not imaginable dynamics which we are somehow preparing with our meditative action, and it needed this quietness and this deep profound space that was unveiled for me. And for me it's also a perfect timing from the point of the year where we are. And at least for those in the northern hemisphere, we are coming to the deepest point, to darkest time, but it is the time where the greatest light is coming from the sky. And so it was like a perfect preparation to open and to go further and really to understand and solidify more and more this Christ Avenue channel for synthesis energy, and this making us dedicating us for forming one heart, one mind as one group to fulfill this work. Thank you so much for this anchor point. The meditation for me was today, quite personally.
Thank you, Sabina.
I would like to share one impressions related to possible unfoldment of the synthetic snapshot. As I was listening to Jonathan and now to Sabina, I've been reflecting on, as we look into our nations, how we recognize what is or where is the dweller of our nation, and what is and where, how expresses itself the angel of the presence of the nation. And what came to me is the recollection of the labor of Hercules in Scorpio, even though we're now in Sagittarius, but it's very interesting to think about the labor in Scorpio from the perspective of synthesis, the energy of synthesis. We know that Hercules was, when he was battling with Hydra, he was failing as he was trying to cut heads, and instead of one head, there were multiple heads would come instead of one. And only when he remembered the hint given by his teacher, that's by kneeling we win, we rise by kneeling. Sorry. He lifted Hydra to the air, and we all know the end of the story. That's all this heads, multiple heads of Hydra lost their vitality, and then one head, immortal head, became visible. And if you remember that, then Hercules cut this immortal head and he put it under the rock. And I think it's in the commentaries, Alice's own commentaries to this labor, she talks about the meaning of this immortal head. And I think for us, it's an important point to consider when we work with the dwell of threshold of our nation. So that's this immortal head that is the essence of all the accumulations, of all the density accumulated by each of our nations. It's certain point of synthesis. It's certain point that's where the most experience of our nation is focused and can be transmuted. So as we look into the dweller, to recognize how that density accumulated by our nation could be transformed and transmuted in the atomic light of the soul. So it's not to completely get rid of that, but recognize how it can be synthesized and brought into the light of the soul.
Light of the soul. Wow.
Hello, everyone. This is Martha from Canada. I wanted to pick up on a point that was earlier stated about the power of silence and the invocation and meditation, as was said before, and I want to reiterate, was very potent. The energy, the vibration that flows from humanity into hierarchy and then Shambhala is amplified and galvanized for us through the impulse of the Christ. So when we invite, approach, and recognize it, deep reverence, the unfolding avatar of synthesis guiding the Christ itself, I want to honor that and celebrate the fact that the Creative Labs is working in a spiritual level in quite the same way the United Nations works on the physical plane. And it reminds us that what's missing in the moment of our actuality is the soulfulness of every nation. And yet we touch into that through our voices and our offerings and our sharings. It brings to mind the mystery of synthesis itself, that is about the one and it is about the many, and that many becoming one is a driving energy for all of us as we invoke the souls of our nations and feel so supportive of bringing into harmony when we work with the souls of our own nations. Mine is Canada, United States. The dweller and the angel in an embrace that is eventually going to brighten the light of the synthetic energy that flows down and up and down and up and out and in. And the Merkaba is probably is the closest visualization we can come up with. But I just want to highlight in great reverence and recognition that we get to come together within this creative lab to contemplate and to activate these energies that are being called for in the moment. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Martha. What stands out for me in what you said is the importance of our voices, of our sharings, hearing the voice of each other. Through that, we may glimpse the voice of the soul of the nation. Thank you.
If I could share one more thought as we move into, the creative 0 point with Saturn and Neptune at the 0 point, the creative point, moving into the new year. I so much love the second round of snapshot dialogues, so much because in those, the representative of, or plural, of the nation spoke in the first person as the soul of Europa, as the soul of the Middle East, as the soul of the United States. And that voice can not only have a monologue, but a dialogue in the council chamber this group has created. And I think that would be a beautiful, sacred endeavor within the new year.
Yeah, thank you for bringing this in, Deborah. It's a strong power to speak in first person for the nation. As the nation.
Yeah, dear friends, if everything is shared and there is no more wish to express something, before we come to an end of our December meeting, after these very profound thoughts and sharings, let us once more be for some concentrated moments in our quiet and clear space of the council chamber, sitting around the fire, the bright flame of the will to love. Let us feel the vibration of synthesis and the whole dynamic field of full-streaming soul power reverberate in our own heart and our own being. And watch it flowing through us as elders in training to all soul servers in our nations. Let us hold together this powerful stream flowing through all nations, washing away all obstacles and harmonizing all attempts to this process of uniting nations, of becoming the one soul-guided human nation. May the divine mission be fulfilled. Oh.